Welcome everybody to the Koochiching County Board of Commissioners regular meeting for and KDA meeting for January 7, 2025. We'll start off with the pledge and then we'll get into the oaths of office. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. First order up will be the oaths of office for Commissioner Adam McIntyre in District 3 and Commissioner Dale Erickson of District 5. Congratulations to you both and thank you for serving. Appreciate it. And County Auditor Treasurer Joan will administer the oaths. Joe Nelson, to you.
Okay, if you will stand and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Adam McIntyre.
I, Dale Erickson,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
Do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and that I will discharge faithfully the duties of the Office of County Commissioner
and that I will discharge faithfully the duties of the office of County Commissioner in
And the-
Koochiching County,
in the State of Minnesota to the best of my judgment and ability.
the State of Minnesota to
best of my judgment and ability.
the best of my judgment and ability.
Okay?
Awesome, thank you. Congratulations, Commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
I signed your name, Adam.
Oh, did you?
Congratulations, Commissioner. Thank you for serving.
Yesterday.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you.
For serving. Next up is the election of the 2025 KDA Board Chair and Vice Chair.
So Commissioners, in your packet, you should have a ballot. You can vote for one Commissioner for KDE Chair and one Commissioner for KDE Vice Chair. It's up to you guys if you want to have discussion or if you want to just vote.
Are you wanted again?
I'm the chair right now.
Yeah, you wanted again?
I figured Adam wanted it this time. Adam, you want the chair this time?
That's fine.
There you go. Who wants
And
vice chair?
If you want, I'll do vice chair.
Any corrections?
No?
All right, it's unanimous. Adam McIntyre, Commissioner McIntyre is KDE Chair for 2025. And Commissioner Ricky Roach is KDE Vice Chair for 2025.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
It's enough handshaking. Yeah, just we can run through the KDA agenda. Adam, go ahead.
Okay. Can we approve the agenda for KDA?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Financial?
I think we gotta approve the October 18th.
Oh, approve October 8th meeting minutes.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Financial business? You guys get a chance to look it all over?
Would you like to go through the accounting report?
Yes, please.
All right, so in your packets, KDHPA, we had budgeted $237,843 of revenue for 2024. We received received $252,624 in revenue, so $14,781 additional revenue than budgeted. KDA expenditures for 2024 were budgeted at $280,247. We spent $269,560, so $10,687 below budget. Still resulted in about a $17,000 deficit spend based on the budget. The fund balance as of the end of 2023 was $355,303. The fund balance as of September 30th, 2024, we don't quite have year end wrapped up yet. It's $338,369. So that is where, and then there's detail on where those funds went in your packet as well.
Can I get a motion to accept the January through December accounting report?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Right. Can I get a motion to accept the September through December paid invoice vendor report?
I'll make the motion.
I'll give support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 The review of the 2025 budget.
I can go over that as well. In your packet, KDBC is the 2025 budget spreadsheet. Broadly, we're expecting revenues for KDA at $248,976, with the bulk of that coming from the IRRB, and the remainder from some of our timber revenues that is apportioned to KDA. There are $220,700 in budgeted expenditures. And the board had chosen to run a surplus this year to help build that fund for future development needs. About $28,276.
Don't need a motion on that, I don't
No, that was just a notice of budget.
think. Okay. A motion to approve payment for the MSET insurance invoice.
Move the payment, Chair. $1,491.
I'll give support.
We have a first and a second. Anything else? Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, who was second on that?
I was.
Oh, Roach. I thought you were first. Who was first?
No, Jason was first.
Okay.
Thank you.
Approve the first half budget allocations. Entertain a motion.
Would you like me to go through them?
Sure. Sure.
So historically, we pay out half of the appropriations in January and the other half in mid-year around July time. So this is the first half of the approved appropriations from KDA. The first half of the airport, International Falls Airport Small Capital Projects of $12,500. BNP Joint Powers Board, first half allocation of $15,000. Koochiching Technology Initiative Operations Fund of $2,500. KCDA of $30,000. Northland Counseling, $2,500. And then small city grants, Rainier, $5,666.50. Little Fork, $6,750. Big Falls, $5,666.50. North Rome, $5,666.50 for a total of $86,249.50 for the first half of the 2025 budget allocation.
Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. New business, acknowledge certificate of excellence from Minnesota County's Intergovernmental Trust for outstanding loss ratio. We had a outstanding loss ratio under 50%. We need a motion on that?
Nope.
Any public comment?
If I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'll do that myself.
Mayor, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just wanted to stop by and say hi, and as we go into a new year with county affairs and City of International Falls affairs, and look forward to working with you all and seeing what we can get done together. And obviously we all visit quite a bit, and I do with the council over at the city, so be interested to see what priorities there are going forward, and hopefully where we can heal some things up and get somewhere together where that would be warranted. So that's all I had. I just wanted to stop by and say hi, and thank you guys for doing a great job.
All right, well,
thank
thanks
you.
for stopping.
Thanks for
Yeah,
stopping.
you
Appreciate
need
it.
anything, let us know.
Will do.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion. I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Right. That concludes the 2025 KDA meeting. First KDA meeting.
Very good.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner. Next up is the election of the 2025 County Board Chair and Vice Chair. Current chair is myself, Vice Chair is Commissioner Roach. We have a ballot in here. Discussion?
Are you taking over for one more
Taking over again?
term?
It's up to you guys, really. I mean, it's
I feel very comfortable with you in that chair.
That's all. It's really. I appreciate the comfort, but it's up to the board, really. So I mean, it's nice to rotate. I understand that the newness of everything is here too, but at the same time, you know, it's whatever you don't want. So
Seems to be working pretty good.
Yeah.
for now,
No, I'm
Commissioner.
completely happy. I'm on the far west outpost. I get the notice 2 days late, so. It's really not funny, but that's just the way it is.
It is, yep. Sounds good.
All right.
Pilgrim and
Vice Chair,
McIntyre,
Commissioner
or
who wants
Roach?
to do it?
Want to do it again?
I'll do it again.
Okay.
All right, by unanimous vote, 2025 Koochiching County Board Chair is Commissioner Jason Schobloom. And also by unanimous vote, the 2025 Koochiching County Board Vice Chair is Commissioner Ricky Roach.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Matt, please.
Have a good year.
We will.
We'll have another good year.
Yes, we will.
Good. All right. All right. First item up under county business is to approve the proposed agenda with additions and/or deletions. We have neither today, so it'll be as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Roach.
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner McIntyre. Any discussion on the agenda? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? And motion carries. Next up is to approve the minutes from the December 17th, 2024 regular meeting. So good.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Commissioner Roach. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, and motion carries. Thank you. Next up is financial business. Maybe we'll just do this one first, the ratify the 2024 year-end payments. As per board motion 2024 12-20, they were just going to ratify those payments to finish out the year. Okay.
Correct.
So we'll take that one first. Anybody wants the motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner McIntyre.
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. Any discussion on the year ends? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And motion carries. Thank you. Next up, under financial business, items 3B, I'd accept a motion for items 3B and 3C, which is to approve a summarized payment listing and approve December payroll and ACH payments.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Roach.
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner
I'll
Mack.
second.
Thank you, Commissioner McIntyre. Any discussion on the payments? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And motion carries. And next up is to approve the warrant voids. Take a look at them here. Here we go. There's a warrant void in the amount of $4,650. I think that was two to the same, it's two registers to the same place as this is to Green Larson. Rebuild by vendor, so these need to be destroyed. So there's gonna be a new bill coming for these, two that are being taken out.
Make a motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Howard.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Erickson. Any discussion on the voids? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? And the motion carries. Thank you. And next up is consider approved payment of first half 2025 budget allocations. I'll just rattle these off here quick. Irvine Regional Library, the amount of $33,484. Borderland Humane Society at $3,750. Citizens for Back is at $20,011.56. County Fair in North Home, $10,500. District Fair Little Fork, $10,500. Historical Society, $41,250. Drug Court, $12,500. North Home Library, $3,750. North End Counseling Crisis Unit, $10,000. KCCTV, $2,500. SWCD, $22,500 for a total of $171,245.56. Just one question, quick, Adam, for the drug court. Is that funded through the opioid? That $12,500? Okay.
Correct.
All right, sounds good. If the allocations look okay, I would accept a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Roach.
One second.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. Any discussion on the allocations? This is just the first half, we'll have another second half after the sixth month.
Correct.
Okay. All right, any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? And motion carries. Thank you. Next up is to set the 2025 mileage reimbursement rate. Changes every year. This is an annual deal here. The Internal Revenue Service issued the 2025 optional standard mileage rate used to calculate the deductible cost of operating an automobile for business, charitable, medical, or moving purposes. Beginning on January 1st, 2025, the standard mileage rates for the use of a car, also vans, pickups, or panel trucks, will be 70 cents per mile driven for business use, up 1.5 cents from 2023. The reimbursement rate for use of a personal vehicle when county vehicle is available will be 59.5 cents per mile. So we usually set these up here just for the travels and things like that. So it's easier to go off a GSA than to set our own internal rate and stuff too, I think, with all the, at least for the variety of what folks are doing around here too. It's not just us, it's other department heads and things like that too. So.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Roach.
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner McIntyre. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? And motion carries. Thank you. Next up is to adopt a resolution to renew annual agreement of enrolling part-time deputies in PRA and P and F plans. Maybe you give us a little more. I know you've been kind of knee deep in that. Anybody want to help me out here on this one?
I'm not a good historian, but my understanding is every year we're required to pass a resolution to enroll the part-time deputies in the para plan. And that's just been a standing first of the year resolution that para must require in order to enroll them another year.
And that's for the part-time correction and deputy part-time as well.
I believe it's just, this is just required for the deputies is how I
Just
understand
deputies,
it.
okay. Yeah, I don't recall this from last year, so I just, okay.
It was on last year's too.
Okay. All right, so it's a renew annual agreement of enrolling deputies in PRA and PNF. As Minnesota Statute 353.63. is special consideration employees to perform hazardous work and devote their time, skills, to protect the property, personal safety of others, and whereas Minnesota Statute 353.64 permits governmental subdivisions to request coverage of public employees' police and fire plan for eligible employees of police departments whose position duties meet the requirements stated therein and listed below. So that be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of Koochiching County hereby declares that the position of part-time sheriff deputy meets all of the following police and fire membership requirements. One, said position requires license by the Minnesota Peace Officer Standards and Training Board under section 6.6.84, 2.6.6.863, and that the employee hired in the position is so licensed. Said position is primary. Over 50% of duty is to enforce the general criminal laws of the state. Said position just charges this employee with the prevention and detection of crime. Said position gives this employee the full power of arrest. Said position is assigned to the Koochiching County Sheriff's Department. Be it further resolved that the Koochiching County hereby requests the employees hired as part-time sheriff deputies and submitted to PRA by the county be accepted as a member of the Public Employees Police and Fire Plan, effective the date of the employee's initial police and fire plan wage deduction by the county. Or I read it out. I never read that out before, so thanks for bearing with me on that one. I think we read it and gloss it over, and so maybe next time we won't read it out fully, but this is just to get it accepted into PRA. So
I'll make the motion.
thank you, Commissioner Hill.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner McIntyre. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, and motion carries. Thank you. Next up, we have consideration of appointments on behalf of the Koochiching County Extension Committee. The University of Minnesota has Koochiching County Extension Committee of University of Minnesota has requested the County Board to appoint Linnea M. Hoff to a 3-year term as member of the Koochiching County Extension Committee beginning January 1st, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2027. I know we have a couple committee members here. That sounds good for an appointment.
Yeah.
And she knows she's going to be involved with this. All right.
She'll work out good. She's a nice gal.
I don't know her, I guess, but if she's interested, that's fine. I had another candidate, but I'm sure she's fine with this.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Roach.
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? And
I thought there was more than one.
Thank you.
More than one position open.
We just appointed the gal from Big Falls at our last meeting, I think.
There was 3 openings.
There's 3?
One now left, I think.
Oh,
I think.
I thought there were just 2 that left.
I just asked for it.
We'll have to ask at the next meeting.
I'm pretty sure I can fill that in.
Okay.
If there is that.
Next item is authorized recording of employee dishonesty and faithful performance bond. And the summary of the issue is authorized recording of annual employee dishonesty and faithful performance bond under Minnesota Statute 382.10 requires many elected officials. County Board is exempt and appointed officials to meet fidelity bonding requirements in order to hold office. MSIT requires the employee dishonesty and faithful performance of duty bond for all members with blanket coverage of $50,000. All elected officials and appointed officials may have this bond recorded in the county recorder's office. The county recorder's bond is recorded with the court. Under 382.10, bonds recorded, official bonds of county officers when approved by the county board, and their oaths of office, and the bonds and oaths of their deputies, except by county recorder, shall be recorded in the office of the county recorder. Recommended action and motion is authorized recording of the annual employee dishonesty and faithful performance bond in the amount of $50,000 and to further define employee to include the following: Koochiching County officials and any successor of such official, auditor, treasurer, attorney, recorder, sheriff, county engineer, assessor, public health and human services director, veteran service officer, environmental service director, and administration director as required by Minnesota Statute 382.10 and 386.01. This is an annual type of thing here, and we are exempt from that, but,
Is that coverage enough?
excuse me,
Is that enough coverage?
I am not sure how that exactly works or what this is, and if Adam doesn't make a huge mistake, it might be enough. We get orange jumpsuits, they get a bond and protection, so, no. I think this is actually a statute, a required statute that we have this for them, and I think
Sure it
it's,
is, but I just wondered how often it's updated, coverages change.
yeah. And I've never, I don't know if you've ever heard of it being used even ever?
I'm not, but I have a limited tenure, and so MSIP certainly sets the recommended limits to this historical.
Well, we have an annual kind of update from MSIT, don't we? Maybe we could remember to mention that to them and just give them a little bit of maybe ask that question to the MSIT representatives when they come and do their presentation. So if you can remember, if we can note to ask that question about the faithfulness and bond and maybe get more information on it, that would be good. Like you say, the limits and the terms and things things change, obviously. It's been the same, as far as I can remember, it's always been this $50,000. So, yeah. So, I mean, whether that's negotiated or whether it's what they recommend, I guess I'm not sure. Maybe a minimum recommendation
Probably.
would be my guess, but we could do more, I'm sure.
Well, I would just, yeah. It bears looking at. I've been parts of different, have been involved in things where the dollar amounts are much greater than that, so.
Right, yeah, it doesn't take long. So, a good point, maybe we can get more information on that and certainly look at these limits and see what that actually entails too.
I don't anticipate ever having to use it,
Well, you never know.
but better to have it than to want it.
Yep.
No, absolutely. Chair would look for a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Roach.
One second.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And motion carries. Thank you. Next up is adopt airport grant resolution. There's a few things on the agenda there, reading through this, more towards the back of the information on what this is and what will be approved. Some terminal improvements, engineering and design, construction administration, some construction, a couple of construction orders, equipment acquisition, a couple of the bigger purchases this year, obviously, the SRE front-end loader, and also the aircraft de-icing truck, and some coordination for them services, and the total CARES project cost are $1,446,798.20. And you go back to the share agreement. On the first page of the RBA is the federal share is 90%, state share is 5%, and the grantee share is 5%. So our share of the 5% is $36,170.15 to receive that equipment. And I think they're looking at a new loader. I think that other loader is
New
white.
front end loader,
Yeah.
new de-icing truck for the runway,
Okay.
and de-icing basket for the plane.
Okay. And that's the shoots on the
Yep,
get up
shoots
in
on
the
the
air.
It's up in the air, de-ices a plane, the wings, tail.
Okay, okay.
This one's gonna have an enclosed cab instead of an open basket that they're in right now.
Okay, good idea. So that's the gig, and I know there was an email sent out here about the cost share. I'm not sure where that landed. But as of now, and as per agreement, the grantee split, which is the county and the city, is 72, 340, 29. And then the equal split of that is 36, 170, 15. So today's motion would be for the to adopt resolution for the 36, 170, 15.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Roach.
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. Anything to add, Administrator?
Nope.
Any discussion? That's a great use. I mean, you're not gonna, I mean, that's.
Well, the airport was shut down here, was it a year ago? We were shut down for like 3 or 4 days because they couldn't get the runway safe enough to land a plane on. So we actually had to have a de-icing truck come from Minneapolis to de-ice our runway so the airplanes could land here.
How do they de-ice it?
Just, it's a special chemical, they go out and spray it down and they scrape it off. So,
Probably like that white stuff they have on the Canadian roads.
I have no idea, it's not salt, but it's something they put on there and it takes it right down to blacktop. So, we're getting our own so our airport is not shut down.
Good.
Put it on 332?
Well, and we could maybe do a little misting down 332.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? And motion carries. Thank you.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Human Resource, we're to approve promotion of eligibility worker.
Yep, so we have an employee, Walker Wegman, that's going from eligibility worker to the adult mental health social work position that Brad Koochiching was currently in before he got promoted to the supervisor position. That was one of the two that was split by, Gene's position. So we promoted him to that because he was the only internal candidate. We do have external candidates for the child protection position. We're going to be beginning interviews Friday and Monday. For that, we have quite a few good candidates. And this morning, we just received internal interest for the eligibility worker position. So we will be backfilling that as accordingly. So,
That's great.
yeah, so that's the new development since this was all created. So
Will this motion include those backfill positions as well?
I would like it to be yes.
No, we don't. This is just notice of promotion.
Oh, this is notice of promotion,
We've
okay.
already approved previously the
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Up on
The backfill of
last
open.
approval. Okay, you're right. Yep, okay. So we're just looking to approve the promotion?
No, just notice, just a notice.
Just an information.
Oh, it's just notice, okay, all right. So notice of promotion, Walker Radner, and congratulations and thank you to him.
Yep.
So appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great morning.
You too.
It's like a teleprompter, I read what's on the thing. Next up, our auditor treasurer business is to consider adopt resolution to designate depositories of county monies.
Okay, nothing's changed since last year. We just have to do this annually. Just Bremer Wealth that has most of our investments, Magic Fund, True Star, and Border Bank.
Look okay, everyone?
Yeah, looks good.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. Thank you, Commissioner McIntyre.
That was quick and easy.
All right. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And motion carries. Thank you. And she's gone. Thank you. And we're a little ahead of schedule.
No, Mr. Chair.
Oh, okay.
Justin is on vacation, so he let me know that he wouldn't be here, but he wanted this to get, so.
Okay.
We don't have a lot of details other than our GIS wants to use Great River Energy's GIS data. And in order to use their data, we need to sign their license agreement, so the data is limited in what it can be used for, and so they make us sign a non-disclosure type, agreement to access their data that we use for our GIS purposes. Sounds like the county attorney's office has reviewed and approved the contract. The license agreement will last 5 years. So I don't believe there's any money exchanging hands here.
Looks good. Sounds good. Thank you. All right, so up for approval is the Information Service Director to sign a GIS data agreement with Great River Energy. No cost. I think it's just to use the information that they probably collect for our GIS. So it might update our GIS and get our maps a little bit tighter.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Roach.
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Howell. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And motion carries. And one last item here on the agenda. But we're a little early, so we'll give them a second.
I
We're a
tried
little ahead
it
of schedule
yesterday
here,
and I
but
couldn't get
you have a
to the
long
next
time.
section. It let me answer a
resignation?
few questions and then just kind of
And
stopped.
was Mr. Lewis planning on being here today?
He was not.
Oh, okay, okay, otherwise we wait for him.
Yeah, no, at least he didn't say he was, I guess, so.
Okay,
But yeah, I mean, Ralph Lewis, has provided written notice of his intent to step down from serving on the Koochiching County Planning and Zoning Commission. He served the commission since his appointment 50 years ago, which is an incredible amount of time as a public servant on one of our public boards. We're sorry to see Ralph step down, but, we need to move forward and we need to, accept his resignation and then, seek to fill that spot. Ralph stopped in yesterday and mentioned to me that he has somebody that has said they would like to fill that position. But I guess, I know I've spoken with Dale about trying to get, Ralph was in the rural areas of the county, and, it's nice to have a diverse board that has representation from as many areas of the county as we can, and so I talked to Commissioner Erickson about anybody that he might know that, might have an interest in serving. The other part of that is I haven't let the rest of the board members know that Mr. Lewis said that the term limit for serving on boards is 50 years. So, so I haven't let the rest of the board know that they're committed. He was on it when we established zoning. That's how long he's been on it. So he was here before zoning was actually, our latest zoning ordinance, 1975 ordinance was established. So I'll miss being able to ask, well, what were they thinking, Ralph, when we established that rule? So.
Crazy.
And I do have a certificate for the board chair to sign in recognition of his 50 years of service.
I do have an interested person.
You do, that's great, yeah. So I can bring that to a later date, and maybe we'll have a couple different options, and at that time, I'll talk to you about who Ralph had suggested that he had talked to, so.
great. Also, what we're looking for here today is to accept the resignation of the Planning and Zoning Commission member and authorize to fill the vacancy. Matt will take care of that and then go through the process of how that happens and whatever. And obviously to offer sincere thanks for the dedication and the knowledge and stuff that's going to be going on. So He's a super guy. It's a super group of people. I really appreciate it. I get to sit on that board. I have the privilege of sitting on that board. And, you see where the things really get done. And it's from the knowledge and stuff of these folks that are there and have been there and seen this through thick and thin. So, and even still, there's these things still come up. There's still, maybe there's a year, not a lot. And gosh, last year there's a year of every few weeks we're meeting. Really. So,
I think it was more than that.
yeah. It was, so there's a lot of dedication there and a lot of knowledge and stuff that he takes with him too. And he's a super nice guy too. So, but with regret, I will accept the motion to accept his 50-year term limit.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Roach.
A second.
Thank you, Commissioner Erickson. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And motion carries.
And that will include I'll bring the options to the board for consideration for an appointment, and then the board can make that at a later date, that decision. So I'll have you sign this for me. And then one other thing is, I just found out today that we have a vacancy. Crystal Clance is on our solid waste advisory committee, and she has served there for many, many years, providing that public service, and so she's requesting us to fill her vacant position, or position that she's resigning from. So, and she's served for many years, and really appreciate that as well. So,
Did you get your 50 years in? But you do come to all the meetings, and we greatly appreciate you coming to all of our meetings.
But I had to reduce them for health reasons, but I want to keep the county board as the one I do attend to.
Sure.
So,
Well, we appreciate it.
well, it's interesting, the things that people out in the community don't know because they don't show up.
Yep.
Or they don't watch it on, on the TV or whatever. I always get questions. I live out at West Falls Apartments now, and the people there lose track of what's happening. And they said, is it true that the county's gonna start taking garbage from other counties? And I said, not that I know about. So I asked Wayne, and he said, heavens no. He said, we are accepting some stuff that we might be able to resell or reuse or whatever. But people get all kinds of crazy ideas because they just hear gossip around the community. And another one they say to me is, well, we never know what's going on because they don't read all this stuff. And I said, yes. I said, if you go to a meeting, you get a whole packet of stuff where you can sit there and actually have a conversation. I said, there's a time to speak up. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. So I'm glad to be here at the board, and I'm sorry that I won't be at solid waste.
Well, we sure appreciate it.
Yeah.
They really got a good group there. And it's people that just want to be interested, they're interested, and they want to know what's going on.
Yep.
Many years ago, when I started coming to the county board, my friend Arden Barnes brought me, and I would come with her, and then we would chit-chat afterwards. And then her health fell apart, and she said, don't you dare die on me. You need to keep going and find out what they're doing. I said, okay. Well, that was 20 years ago. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it's good that you come to every county board meeting as much as you can.
Keep track of them.
Yeah, right. Keep your tabs on these young guys. Oh, so yeah, we'll be filling that position as well, and I'll bring that to the board as well. So,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Is there any public comment? Hearing no public comments. Any other business? Other business, all right. We will follow this meeting here with the committee of the whole meeting. If there's no other county business, I would accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Hell. Thank you, Commissioner Erickson. All those in favor of adjournment, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? And motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.